Good morning. I'm Coach Gilmore. Welcome to this week's episode of Anchors Away. Thank you for joining us. Today we will be bringing you the news, sports, and weather from our AMMS studio. This week is Assistant Principals Week, and we would like to thank Miss Berry and Mr. Collier for all they do. Tomorrow is also School Librarians Day. Today we will begin going to our testing classrooms at the end of the day. We will do this all week to get prepared to take the ACAP next week. Today is also the day that you turn in your iPad and charger to your testing teacher. These will be left at school throughout testing, and if you did not bring everything today, make sure that you bring it tomorrow. The second annual dodgeball tournament is coming. Woohoo! I'm excited. It will be Saturday, April the 15th. Be thinking about putting a team in. We will let you know as soon as the registration packets are ready. Now we will take a look at this week's weather. Here to tell you all about it is Dylan Ludlam. Take it away, Mr. Ludlam.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Ludlam with this week's weather. This week we will have fairly stable temperatures. We will have highs in the 70s and lows in the 50s all week. As of now, it looks like we will see some rain at the beginning of the week. Of course, this is being taped a week before it airs, so things may have drastically changed. Thanks for joining us for this week's weather, and good luck on your ACAP test. We'll be back next week. See you then.
Thanks, Dylan. In sports today, the JV softball team will play Headland and Headland tomorrow at 4:30. This is JV's last game of the season. Good luck, girls. Let's review some things about the week of ACAP testing. All digital devices should be powered off and out of the room. This includes cell phones, Apple Watches, or anything that would make a noise. It is very important that you are here every day of testing and on time. If you are not here, you will have to make it up at a later date. Also, make sure that you are on your best behavior. Teachers, make sure that when the students turn in their iPads and chargers that you label them with their name and password to the iPad. Email Miss Brandon with names of those that don't have devices or chargers. If everyone brought theirs, please also email her and let her know that so that you can be checked off the list. Check, ching, chang. Instead of Admiral antics today, say that 3 times fast, here is a video from Miss Black about getting prepared for ACAP testing. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Anchors Away. We will be back next Monday for more. Have a good day living the Admiral way.
Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you a few minutes about what you can expect for this week's activities as we're leading up to taking our ACAP test next week. Your ACAP test will be next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We planned some activities for you to do this week to kind of help get us excited about the test. I know that you're not going to get real excited about taking the test, but we just want to have some activities that will encourage you to do your best because you've had a long school year, you've done a lot of hard work, but this test right here is what really shows how much we've done at school this year. All the tests that you've taken in your class have been tests that your teacher used to know what else they needed to practice on to help prepare you for this test. Even the MAP test, when we took the MAP test, those tests were practice tests for this test. This is the state test that our school gets judged by. So we want to make sure that we represent our school well and that we do our best on this test. It is also important data for you as an individual because this test score will be listed under your name, and this will be what you will be judged by when people want to know how well you can read, how well you can write, and how well you can do math, science. They're going to look at this score and they're going to judge you by that. So make sure that you represent yourself well and your school well. You will test in the room that you're in right now with the teacher you're with right now. I thought that would be another good reason for us to get together on the afternoons this week so that you can kind of get to know each other, the group you're with, so that y'all can kind of get some rules straight, some expectations for testing with the teacher you're with and the class you're in. So, some things we're going to do. We're going to run this schedule every day this week. So, you'll be coming to this testing site every afternoon this week. And we have some activities planned for you. We have a few little treats for you. And then next Monday, we're going to have an academic pep rally. And we want that to be a fun time, but we also want it to be a time that we get our mind right, get ready to take this test. At the pep rally, we plan to recognize our students who scored well on their ACAP test last year, so that will be a fun, exciting time. And hopefully we'll have a few surprises at the pep rally as well. Now today you'll have the news, and I know they're going to give you some pointers on the news about do's and don'ts during the test. But what I want to talk to you about is some of the activities we're going to do. What you're going to do today as your activity, your teacher's going to give you a poster, and I just kind of did a quick one. I'm not very artistic, obviously, but we're going to do a graffiti ACAP poster for our classroom. And I think we'll maybe have a little contest and maybe pick the best 4 or 5 out of the whole school, maybe 2 per grade level, and we'll put those in the cafeteria on the wall. And then the rest of them we'll just spread out all over the school to decorate the school and remind us what we want, to do well on our ACAP test. You can put whatever you want to on your poster. I kind of did mine with looking at the levels of the poster, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and 4s, because I'm really hoping that all of you wind up here in these 3s and 4s and not down here in these 1s and 2s. But that's my graffiti poster. So I want you to individualize your graffiti poster. You can do more than one in your classroom if your teacher has the materials. You may all work together on one, or you may work in small groups and do 2 or 3. Whatever your teacher asks you to do is fine. And you can put anything you want on it that's school appropriate to try to encourage others around you to do good on their ACAP test. While you're working on your ACAP test, you're going to turn your iPads into your teacher. Your teacher's going to take your iPads and your chargers up. They're going to label your iPads and your chargers with your name. And also, you're going to give them the code to unlock your iPad, and they're going to label your iPad with that code also. And as soon as we are done with testing, you get your iPads off. You can take those off. But while we're testing, we need to be able to get into your iPads if necessary. So that's what we're going to take care of today, as soon as the news is over. Tomorrow, you'll have some instructions from Miss Brannon about things that you need to make sure are done on your iPad. So your testing teacher will charge your iPads tonight. If you did not turn your iPad today, you need to bring it to this teacher first thing in the morning so that they can get it plugged up and charging. So then tomorrow afternoon, when you're in your testing site, you can walk through those steps and make sure that your iPad's going to work correctly for testing. And then we'll also go over contracts, sign our contracts, and set our goals for our ACAP test tomorrow. And we'll make you another little video for all that. On Wednesday, you'll have your advisory lesson during this time. Instead of going to advisory like we usually do during the middle of the day, we're going to go at the end of the day. And you'll have a lesson on test-taking strategies and hopefully a little treat. On Thursday, I'm going to go over your DRC Insight tools with you. I'm going to make you a video and show you how to use your practice tools in here to make sure that you can ask any questions of the teachers about these tools while we're not testing yet, because once you start the real test, you're not going to be able to ask all those questions. So we'll go ahead and give you some time in your classroom to raise your hand, get help from your teacher, make sure everything's working right. We're going to check the sound. Your teacher's got earphones for you. We're going to check all of that on Thursday. So once we know that our iPads, all the settings have been set correctly and everything is working correctly, and that you know how to use all the tools, we're going to have a surprise for y'all on Friday. I think that you'll enjoy it. We're not going to be getting to have break all week, so hopefully on Friday, if we've had a great week and we've been able to accomplish all the things we need to accomplish, we're going to take this time outside as a nice, good, free break time for you and hopefully have a treat. Then when we come back on Monday is when we'll have that pep rally on the Monday afternoon, and then we'll start testing on the Tuesday. So guys, please be on your best behavior. This test is important. I know it's hard for you. I know you're tired. I know you've worked hard this school year, but you have got to finish strong, okay? You have got to keep doing your studies, keep doing your homework. I'm hoping that the teachers will cut y'all a break during this week and test it next week. Maybe do some review activities this week, and then next week have some relaxing things for you to do when you're done testing, because I want you to do your best on your test. And I bet if your behavior is acceptable, your teachers will be happy to do that for you. So make sure that you're behaving, you're taking your test, you're doing your best, and you're making sure that you don't have any kind of behavior that influences anybody around you not to be able to do their best on their test. So do a good job, guys, and we will see you same time, same place tomorrow.